Alright, welcome. We are just going to continue on with our playthrough in Foundation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Right, unmute that, and you should be able to see it any second. And as soon as it pulls up for you, I'll get started. Come on. There we go. Okay, perfect. Alrighty. Here we go. Okay, so last we left off, we had finished the abbatial church. What else did we do? We have our population limit where we want it for the amount of monastics. Currently we have the abbess visiting. Things are going okay. And I need more clergy splendor, which is currently at 473. We need it to be at 500. Well, let's see what the abbess is concerned about at the moment. Because she needs to have an approval rating of 95%. She's at 94 right now. She needs to visit a vineyard and a winery. She just barely made it to a winery. Because we have them right here. Winery here and a vineyard here. And she's just heading there right now. Okay. I guess it doesn't pop until she's left, because she's in there right now just visiting. And then she needs 2 sources of monastic food, which I have 2 kitchens making it. Okay, yeah, 2 different sources of monastic food here. I think that's monastic food. Yeah, okay, both of those are. And apparently there's a shortage of it. I think we were just barely solving that last time, maybe. Regardless, there's not actually, so it shouldn't be a huge deal long term. She's at 96% approval now, so I'm thrilled with that. Okay, so decor. Let's see if we can add anything to the top of this one just for fun. Yeah, okay. Gonna add an extra 4. Maybe a little gargoyle on the back here. Just can't get enough of those. Okay, is there any way I could put some like buttresses on the side? But will they get in the way of the houses and cause them to be destroyed? We'll find out. If so, I won't actually build them. Let's see. Buttresses here. Okay, cool. I think I only want them to hit that first rooftop, because otherwise it looks a little bit funky. But let's see. Well, I think that's fine. Okay, mirror it on this side. That's going to give me plus 18 between those two and these 2 things, which is going to be 91, 491. So now we just need 9 more somewhere. Let's give them a little elegant bench right here out front. Spin it around so they can actually sit on it. Oh, but actually right there is too close to that house, it's going to destroy it. So instead, it'll be here on this side of that little street. And then City elm planter. That's pretty fun. Okay, and then I think one more thing's going to do it for us. A towering pruned hedge. I wouldn't say that's towering, but alright. We'll put it out here out front. Why not? Okay. So, some of those things just cost money, and since I had the money on hand, it boosted our splendor. But some of them require actual building. Like, I think the cross on top here, the gargoyle, and then these two, I've already forgotten, buttresses. So, once we have actually had a builder go over and bring the materials and build the stuff, then our splendor will go above 500 where we need it. Alright, Abbess, how are you doing here? Nope, wrong thing. Right here. Needs to visit the scriptorium and the vineyard and the winery again. And you gotta go faster. And then still only got one of the sources of food, even though this place serves both different kinds. Oh, they're empty right now. But they have simple stew here on hand, and they're in the process of making more robust roast. We don't have a lot of meat on hand, do we? How is hunting going? Oh, we still got a decent amount of yeah, okay, we're doing alright, but could also hunt some more in other places to get more meat, maybe. Or I could just trade for it. I think that we did set to buy some things last time. Yeah, we're buying meat. Okay. And bread, which are both needed for those meals. This one is making robust roast, which is meat and wine. And we're making wine, so we're okay there. And then this other one is making simple stew, which takes herbs, which we're making just fine, and then bread, which we're buying to supplement what we're making. Great. Yeah, alright. More people showed up. We're going to assign them to live here, if I've got space, which I do. Okay, I'm gonna just go to the generic monastery, so I can assign everybody, rather than have to click separately on each dorm. Okay. Speed things up because trading is happening right now. We're gonna get our bread and meat here soon. Unless do I have any storage for meat? Maybe we're not gonna buy any unless I have it space set apart. Where'd my granary? There it is. No, I got space for meat and bread, so I should be able to buy it regardless. Well, there were traders, but I guess none of the ones who sell meat or bread. So we got the same amount now that we did. Okay, here's one. We can sell... Nope, okay. We don't get to buy anything from you. That is one of those two items. We can buy bread from you. But we don't have a great trade route with you, so we gotta improve that. And no more traders right now from that direction, at least. Mandates. Improving the middle route requires 100 polished stone. Which we have to buy entirely to have on hand. Did I stop buying polished stone? No, we're buying up to 150. So we'll speed things up until we get that much. Then from there, we'll be able to improve the middle trade route. And we need a lot of bread to improve the Northbury trade route. But I also don't know that we need the Northbury one improved. Let's see. Northbury. No, I think it's at a healthy level. And we're not buying either of those two resources from them, so it's not a huge deal. So middle's the one I want to improve. Just need the polished stone for it. I did just get a notification that we're running low on monastic food. Oh. Well, it's right there. Hold on. Well, maybe not. Okay. Well, the church is done. We now have 509 clergy splendor, so the only thing we're waiting for is for the abbess to finish her visit after 68 more days. And she just has to have that 95% approval, so we got to do everything we can to make it happen. The abbess envisions her stay as an opportunity to host a regional mass. She anticipates a well-organized event that will draw pilgrims from across the region and trusts in your capability to host it gracefully. I could host it as long as we have an 80% approval from the visitors. Then we're going to get a happiness bonus. If we fail to get that 80% approval of a 30-day event, then we'll take a 10% happiness decrease in total, which is specifically just the abbess, and both of these just have to do with the happiness of the abbess and the people visiting with her, her retinue. I could send them to a different monastery based on my emissary's current level, which is just level 1, meaning it's probably not going to happen. That sounds like a bad choice. Or I could just say, I'm going to use my influence with the bishop, which I've got plenty of, and just take the bonus. I'm going to play it safe, because I don't want to gamble, and if I end up causing a negative effect where she's already hovering just right around 95%, I don't want to chance it. So we will spend 50 of our clergy influence and just get the bonus immediately. Now she's at 105%, so I don't know how long that lasts. It maybe is not really worth it because she's here for another 67 days, but it's not like I'm really spending it on anything else, so let's see. Go to the royal book, look at our things here. Nope. Here? Yeah. Happiness bonus of 10%. That's not listed here. Well, alright. Because maybe it's not for my villagers, it doesn't show up in my list there. So I don't know how long it lasts. Maybe it's permanent for her entire stay here? I don't know. Okay, we've got our polished stone. Let's go ahead and improve our middle trade route. We can improve Kinstone Abbey's trade route again with clergy influence. What would that look like? Kinstone Abbey. Currently we're at level 4. And we buy polished stone from them, so that could be worth doing, I guess. But not before middle, so I'm glad we started with that one. Offering bread for your herbs and berries. Ooh. We could get 120 bread, which is pretty good. I could haggle and probably get more bread out of it, but that's 150 berries that I'd have to lose. And I've only got 204. Oh, that's only in storage. In total, we have 473. I think that's definitely doable. Okay, we're going to try to haggle, get twice as much bread, hopefully. Increases the bread shipment. Great, so 240. Yeah, double the bread. Same amount of stuff that I'm giving them. So agree to it and then confirm. And now we got a bunch of bread on hand, which is phenomenal. Okay, the other thing that I was looking to do, I'm now remembering, is I have enough manuscripts to promote somebody past the level of brother or sister. Let's go ahead and take Annalean and promote to prioress. Perfect. Okay. And that's as far as she can be promoted. But the difference is water, housing, service, monastic food, cloister, as compared to water, housing, service, monastic food. Okay, so the difference is when you're a brother or sister, you only require one source of monastic food, and then with a bonus happiness from a second source, where a prior or prioress needs to have both sources of food in order to maintain a decent level of happiness. But the good thing about upgrading them is if there's a job that requires... Well, hold on. Oh, hold on. First prioress promoted. Reverence fills the air as your monastery appoints its first prioress. The wise leader will guide the community in faith and wisdom, bringing all a more profound sense of peace and spiritual fulfillment. So all of our monastic people gain a 10% happiness boost. Now, most of these jobs say that they are best suited to a brother or sister. Hold on. Forgot to assign the last people that I claimed as immigrants. See, copyists are best suited to brother or sister. Refectorian, same thing. Monastic kitchen, brother or sister. Gardeners. You're a novice. Might as well promote you. Okay. Doesn't tell me anything about a specific requirement for this job. But it seems like most people are proficient and most efficient at the level of brother and sister. So I don't know if there's a strategical reason to be promoting people to prior and prioress. Where at least when you're in the villager style profile, you can upgrade them and different jobs are suited to different types of workers. Including like every single tier. I think it's serf, commoner, and then citizen. And different jobs are better suited for commoners than they are for citizens, or vice versa. So, I don't know, but we got it. It gave us a happiness bonus. I guess that's chill. Okay. Well, speed things up, I guess, because now we're just waiting for the abbess to leave and make sure that she has her 95% happiness. And also for this trade route to be improved. Well, I guess what we can do, actually, is we've only got the one refectory, which is where people have to come to eat. The kitchens make it, but people actually have to come to this building to eat. So if we make another one, it is more likely for people to have those needs met in a more timely fashion. So we're going to go ahead and add a sub-building of a refectory. Oh, and I guess the size of it affects the amount of refectorians we can have. So let's make a big building. And I guess we'll just do it in the trees over here. Now most of these, if I don't make them at all any taller, they hold 1, 2, or 3 refectorians, which affects how many people can be served at once. I'm going to make it a little taller so that we can hit this limit of 4 people working in it. And then let's Let's go ahead and... No, not what I meant to do. I meant to change the roof color. It's one of those buttons. It's the left one. Okay. We're at the 4. It needs a door. Let's go with a modest gate major. Sure. Then... put some little decor on it just for fun. And... yeah, let's do that. Okay. So how you doing, Abbess Grimanensa? Grimanessa? Doing pretty good. You got both sources of food that you want. You just need to visit a vineyard to meet your current needs. And you are a content abbess at the moment, so you get a 10% happiness boost. So, I think we've just about done it, chat. We just need to maintain this for 54 more days. Oh. More immigrants. Not what I meant to click on. Okay. Everybody is assigned to jobs now. Nobody is unemployed or just hanging out. Ooh, we're out of polished stone. Hopefully trading comes back in here soon. When did the last trade happen? Oh, what's that? Okay, we finally improved the middle trade route. I wanted to look at our message board, our logs. A new tale can be heard. Did I miss something somewhere? Or was that an old thing? Hold on. Well, I'm not seeing anything to click on, so I guess that's it. Okay, we had trade on week 2, day 1. So 3 days ago. 4 days ago now. So, we're close. About halfway before we get more trade. Five people at once, huh? Alright. I'm not trying to click on the person inside, I'm trying to click on the building. Am I out of space in the nun dorms? I probably am. Yeah, okay, so I can't assign that those last 2 people there. So, slow things down so you don't get upset about not having a house or any work to do as we expand our nun dorms a little bit. Let's go with a modest one and turn it sideways. I like the fact that this game is very modular, where you can kind of just like mix and match. You don't have to put your building side to side. Let's try that. That's going to add space for... $16 more nuns. And let's change the roof color to black. I don't think I ever actually ended up changing the roof color to the refectory over there. Refectory. But we'll apply those changes. Even though there aren't beds, I can still assign the nuns to be there. And then I wanted to go in and edit and... oh, maybe I did change the roof color. No, I did not. Let's go with that one. Sure. Okay. So, we can speed things back up. Working on the refectory. Working on the nun dorms. We did just have traders come through and we bought some polished stone, so we can complete both of these. And we bought some more. Oh, no, just regular stone was that one. Theodesia. Let's go ahead and promote you so you can be more productive. I should do that to you too if you aren't already. Okay, you are. Good. And as soon as the building's done, I can assign what types of food can be sold here. Not sold, but given to people. Served, I think, is how I want to say that. We still have plenty of manuscripts, so we can promote people. Wait, these all... You're a novice. Promote you. You're a novice. Let's promote you. We'll just do that till we run out of manuscripts. Saving the abbess's favorite library. Upon receiving a letter from a letter detailing the fire in one of her monastery's libraries, the abbess demands, oh, of course this is happening just now after I spent all of mine. The abbess demands your intervention. Recognizing your resourcefulness, she urges you to take swift action to safeguard its knowledge. I can send the manuscripts, but I don't have any now, and it's only a 7-day event. I can say that we have spare material for them, which we mostly do. We just need to buy more polished stone, which I think we're going to get trade here in the next 3 or 4 days to make that happen. That'll make her happier. Both of these options will, as long as I'm successful. Or I can again just use my influence in the church to have the bishop help out in our stead. Might as well. Let's just go ahead and do that. I've got 67. I need only 50 to spend here, so done. The bishop's going to help her get her resources, because I told him to. And we're going to allow a few more nuns in at the moment. Okay, great. It's done. Here we are going to serve simple stew, robust roast. Those are the 2 monastic ones. And then basic food. We got plenty of berries. Let's do that. And we'll go ahead and promote you to be more efficient here. I'm actually going to go to my trade route and open myself up to get more polished stone, because it can't hurt to have on hand. So instead of up to 150, let's say 250. No, not 2,500. Okay. Improving trade partnerships. The abbess appreciates your ever-growing commerce and would like to bolster these partnerships by arranging more deals between the clergy and neighboring villages. Where these deals are to be conducted is up to you. We can do it here, and as long as the people, the visiting merchants have a 90% approval rating, then we get a 10% bonus as far as all of my trade prices. I could have our herbalist take care of it. It's a 60-40 chance that it's just approved. Or I could use clergy influence, which I don't really have a ton of anymore, to have the abbess take care of it on her land. I'll invite them. We'll see. If we lose out on some trade prices, it's not the end of the world. Hopefully we have enough space for them to stay, but I think we do. Wait a minute. The door's a different color? Hold on, I gotta fix that real quick. There we go. Okay, we're about to get some more people coming to live here. Okay, I actually think in trading as well, I'm going to want more food on hand. So I'm going to say let's buy more meat and bread. Bread we're going to buy up to 300. And meat we're going to buy up to, let's say 300 as well. My treasury funds might dip a little low, but that's okay. It's more important that people are happy for these events. A lot of different church bells. We're gonna get some meat and, yeah, meat from them. As soon as they make it to a place where I can have meat stored. Which is right now. Yep. There we go. Buying that much definitely tipped us down below where we were, but that's okay. We knew it was coming. Okay, the visiting merchants, they're 23 days left on their visit, and they're at 100% approval. They need to be at 90. Is that these ones? Yeah, okay, cool. Hopefully none of them have unrealistic expectations this time. Oh, looks like we're doing okay. We have our luxury market, which helps them get luxury items to be happy that way. Yeah. And the nun dorms are now finished, so we got space for more, and they actually have beds to stay in. Let's see how long that lasts, because I feel like it never lasts long enough. I did want to check, though, how are we doing overall between, kind of our balance between monks and nuns? 121 monks, 132 nuns. Okay. Fair enough. Still got 100% approval, so that's good. And the abbess is sitting at 113% approval, so I'm happy with that. I am just noticing now that these ones that are timed, it seems like there's this color of the background of the title of that event, and that color bar changes, maybe depending on how many days are left. I'm just noticing it now, so I'm curious to know if that's the case. Because originally the abbess, I think, was like 90 days or something. So this is sitting at a little less than a third of the bar. That would make sense. And this one was 30 days. Is now at 18. Yeah, I bet it'll probably be in the middle by about 15. Based on how big that jump was from 18 to 17. Interesting. It's not really... doesn't change anything for me, but it's neat. Fun little detail. A courier is approaching my village. Okay, I just gotta promote some more refectorians. Alright, what do we got here? Another event from the abbess? Nope, just wandering monks. A group of wandering monks are seeking to resupply for the road ahead. While they don't have anything of value to trade for the goods, they promise to spread the word of your generosity. Oh boy, they want a lot. Okay. Well, I have it all. That's all doable. We'd get some money and some clergy influence. Or we could just give them money and gain the influence. Let's get money because of the trade that we've just been doing. And we've got all the stuff, so just go ahead and confirm that. Great. Davenport. I'm not buying anything from them, I don't think. Maybe marble if we don't have whatever I said I needed to buy, but we'll see. They bought wax from me. And there's middle. Should we buy bread from them? There it is. Okay, we have people unemployed, so I guess all of our work spots are taken. Which is why our immigration is slowing, because we have high happiness, but employment is low because we've got 7 people without jobs. So I need to either continue expanding the herb garden, which is already gigantic, the berry garden, which is already pretty big, and we have more berries than we have herbs, or any of these other buildings that hold significantly less space for workers. This is a dorm, it's not a workspace. Or we could just expand current workplaces. We could expand the scriptorium a little bit again. Sure. Let's see how that looks. Edit this. If we bring it out here, I think that's still considered a walkable space. That adds on space for 14 more. Wait, this is a monk dorm. I don't want these to be dorms. My bad. Let's erase that. Specifically, I wanted to edit the scriptorium. Let's try it again. So, if we put this here, should be still space to walk. Raise it to this rate, we get 9 more copyists out of it. Which is not a lot, but that does actually get in the way of people. Oh, it already was that way. Okay, that's fine. So if we do that, and then maybe we throw in a tower or something. And let's just move that across up there, I guess. Now we have space for 15 more copyists as soon as it's done. But currently we're still waiting on that to be done before these people can be employed. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and just expand Herb Garden again. Can't hurt. Don't want it to be in the wheat field there. And each one of these allows for 2 workers to be assigned there. Let's start with that. Proving your splendor. As her stay nears its end, because she's only here for 17 more days, the abbess decides on a final trial, asserting that a priory's true worth lies in its stone. Beyond wealth and knowledge, only the hardship of the sacred stone is eternal. She then asks, is your priory worthy of the faith? The monastery could speak for itself. Which, we try to impress her with the splendor of our monastery. We have 529 clergy splendor, meaning that she has a 90% chance of being content, and she gets an extra happiness bonus. We could have some of my builders go ahead and attempt to impress her. My best builder is level 6, so there's a 70% chance that she'll be happy that way. Or I can again just exert my influence over the bishop and have the bishop essentially vouch for me. Let's go ahead and see. 90% chance. I feel like we're almost guaranteed to succeed here. Perfect. She is content. Satisfied with the latest turn of events. This will impact her stay at your monastery. Alright, hold on here. Just gotta do a thing. Okay. Okay. This takes 25 wood and 5 tools. And then this adjustment already has most of the material needed. Speed things up though. Okay, at least as far as this deal with neighbors, the merchants, they still have 100% approval. We need 90. It's done in 8 days. So, cool. We're doing good. Things are wrapping up nicely, I think. I think maybe I need to start promoting these guys to be more productive. No wonder we're so far behind in herbs compared to berries. Although to be fair, herbs are also being used in the upgraded food where berries aren't. Okay, I just got another one of these guys, manuscript, so I can promote again. Liutmod. Got some good names. Okay, still so far, knocking on wood, we've had no hiccups at all with this visit of neighboring merchants, which will just give me a trade boost, like a trade price bonus, which isn't really necessary at this point, but it's something. Okay, great. All of our people are assigned to jobs, and we still have empty space for more people to work at both the scriptorium and the herb garden. Now, out of curiosity, okay, still by and large we have a ton of novices, but we have promoted what looks to be about 70 people to brothers and sisters. And we finally end the quest of our neighboring merchants, and we were successful. 8 days left for the abbess. She's at 120% approval with the limit of 95, so we're doing good. We have a total number of 322 people here. This church holds up to 126. This one up to 148. And this one up to 210, so we're still good on that front. Oh boy, another mission of some kind. Buying breads, herbs, and berries. The bishop would like to purchase food from your illustrious land to help others under the benediction of the clergy. His steward offers more golden influence to help your monastery prosper in return for herbs, berries, and bread. I mean, sure, that's fine. I'm buying the bread for the most part anyway, so I don't know that the money really balances out very good, but we might as well. Right. So now that it's essentially ending, I'm curious to know. I ended up owning 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 8 or 9 territories in the end? Or at least on the last scenario, I was spread so much further, which made a lot of the supply chains more difficult. So this was definitely the way to go on this playthrough. We'll see if it's that easy to do on the next one we do. Oh, okay. Got 3 days left. She's at 118% approval. What need can you not fulfill? Okay, good. You got your food. Now you just need to go to the vineyard. And you're at 130% happiness, so chill. I'm not complaining about that. 1 day left. We'll slow it down, because that's the final thing we need to achieve the entire scenario. Okay. And we are almost topped out as far as space in the monk dorm, so I'll need to expand that again. But we're essentially done here. I think once we hit day 7, it's over. So I won't worry about it. There it is. We have completed the achievement on Steam of Prior of Plenty. The abbess had a pleasant stay and recognized the success of your priory. Done. Look at us go. Alright. Well. Nope, I wanted to click on this, thank you. We are in fact an abbey, and I am Prior Lois. Perfect. Well, I'm done with that one, so we're gonna go... Just go ahead and save it where we are. And then we're going to exit to main menu. And we'll start the last one that we haven't done yet. New game. Okay, now I don't know about location on this other one. We did hills that time, so we had some lakes. Last time, I think we did fluvial. Had rivers. We could consider a coastal option. Don't know. We could probably do that. Have some bay area. Or we could just randomize it. Well. No, I think I want ocean, but not for it to take up so much space on the map. Could do that. Maybe less cliff, though. Let's see how that turns out for us. If we hate it, we can always do another one. I didn't mean to click all the way to the end, I just meant to go slightly more. Let's go with that. Okay. We're gonna go with... Casual? Classic. I think that's what we've been doing. Yeah. We don't need tutorial this time. We don't need mods. We don't need to change any of the defaults, I don't think. We could make workplace production time fast or slow. Again, we'll just leave it as the basic. And we are doing the Mighty Stronghold for experienced players who want to dive into the military side of the game. So we need a population of 50 combatants. We need 1,000 or more meters of fortified wall. We need to complete a military campaign, host the king at the castle, and we need to have kingdom splendor at 500 or more. And we can never build a monastery. But unlike this one, where we couldn't build a monastery or a castle, well, I guess this is the same. We can have the labor type buildings in both this one and this one. So I can build all sorts in the labor section. I just can't build anything from the monastery section, essentially. So, alright. Works for me. I like angles. Okay, gonna have some bows and arrows, some swords, wheat. What's our army's banner gonna be? Some crosses. Let's see. Let's go with the stag, I think. And then what color is the shield gonna be? I think we go with that light green. And then do we want any sort of... That fits really nice in there. I also like that. That's good. But this is also kind of nice. It's just a single swipe through with it kind of highlighted in the middle. I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. And my village name... well, I don't know. We'll just randomize it till we find a good one. Gritting. Probably more like griting or something. That's fine. And... let's see... Blanchefleur? Blanchefleur? Sure. Blanched flower. Okay, and I get to start as a pioneer. Let's go with that. And let's see how we go about organizing this one. Okay, I have to pick where my village center is going to be. Oh boy. Well, those cliffs definitely don't make it easy to move from one spot to another. But I can't expand out there as far as where my village center is going to be. I could do it here. Look at the map. So we could start in any of these areas. It's definitely the biggest one, but most of it is water, which wouldn't be useful. And I could do this one, but then that bay area, I don't currently... like, I will need to research the ability to make a bridge to go from one to the other. So do we instead consider maybe just up there? Gotta move over in that direction. This one. And we start on this island. Because there's no cliff there, so we could essentially build all the way down this hill, starting out. And then we would need to build a bridge across to get to literally everything else. Is there anything... Okay, there is a rock here for us to do some mining. This entire section here. I don't know how that would work. Building on that might be difficult regardless. That would definitely be a challenge to give ourselves. We could do this one. Very long. If anything, I'd prefer kind of a more centralized, condensed space. Not just a big, long piece of land. So, eagle eye view. I suppose... Oh, thank you, Say, for the update on the thing. The pinned comment. I suppose we'd just try here, because there's 2 rock outcroppings here that will be used for mining, which I think we're going to need for weapons and for armor. So, we'll take that one. We'll start there. We'll see how it goes. And I've already lost which one that is. Over here, I think? Yeah, okay. And we'll put the village center... I think we'll put it over here. The hamlet of Gritting. Okay, we got messengers coming. Let's go ahead and get started with a builder's workshop, because that's needed to build anything and everything all of the time. We'll assign a couple of our citizens there, our serfs. And then let's go ahead and go with a forester, no, lumber camp. Go right there. Okay, we got a messenger. A Mighty Stronghold, Part 1. The realm is in turmoil. The first constable takes the lead, a dame appointed by the king to command the royal army. She has set her sights on your village, given its strategic location. Her plan? Prepare your village by training and sending out military companies within the area. So let's do it. For the king, build a castle that has a castle keep, and we will complete our first military mission. We're gonna assign our assign our woodcutters to work here. And then we're going to say all of this space can be, well, not quite all of it, because we got some berry bushes that I don't want to take the forest away from. So I'm going to say all of this is stuff you can cut down. Feel free. And then put a gathering hut right here. And we're going to paint some residential space, I suppose, right here. Sure isn't a lot of space to work with for residential housing, but that's okay. And then here, let's go ahead and build a stonecutters camp. And we'll go over to this side because I don't want the housing situation to be tainted by the woodcutting space. Okay. So this is enough for 3 houses. We have 12 people. Each house takes 2. So we're going to need 6 houses to maintain our current population. And for them to be happy. So, I mean, this space can be considered residential. Just as long as it's not, wrong button, considered undesirable. Great, we don't have overlap there, so we're good. Okay. So that's space for a 4th house. A 5th, I guess, because we got 2 done, 2 here, 1 there. So that's 10 people. We just need space for 1 more house somewhere. This is done. We can assign people to be foragers. And I've just got 4 people unemployed. I assigned 3 miners, so now we're down to... Oh. I guess one of those 4 was still waiting to make it all the way to the forager job, so... Now we have nobody unemployed, which is fantastic news for migration. However, we're going to need more space almost immediately. So I think let's just go ahead and buy this neighboring territory for free. And let's expand our residential space in that direction. And that now takes enough space for all of our people to have a house somewhere. At least for now. Okay, what's next? We need water, otherwise people will be unhappy. Let's go ahead and put it here, since we're expanding housing off in that direction. Then, people need a church to go to, and a market to buy their food at. Let's start with the market. And we'll just have it centered here. And we've got the cloth to add a tent, which adds more space for food to be. Since each thing itself only holds 10, this adds an extra 20, so they'll be able to sell 30 berries at once. Put a little food stall sign for some labor splendor. Hold on, let's see. So I'm able to go in this route as far as I need to. Yeah, let's get at least labor splendor to get us to tier 2. Maybe consider going further, if needed. So let's go ahead and throw a little sign on that says this is a food stall, in case you couldn't tell, but based on the fact that the entire stall is going to be covered in berries. And we'll just have to speed things up there. Now, in progression over here, we need to unlock storage space. We could do some fishing, but I don't know that we can actually make it down to the water right now. Oh, but we could just with the bridge, so... Let's go ahead and unlock both. We've got the money for it. We can slow things down now. So, we have space for storage, or we have the ability to do storage. We don't have... well... no, we don't have the resources for that. It takes planks, which we need a sawmill for, so let's start with that. Lumber camp sawmill. Yeah, we'll just put it right there. It's not overlapping the houses. expand wood cutting over in this direction a little bit. Alright, we got another person. But I think that means that we need more houses. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, we're okay for now. As soon as we get 2 more people, we need another house. And all of our wood is immediately going to finishing houses rather than our other projects, so we've just got to wait a little bit for that, I suppose. I think once we've cleared out some of these general tree areas, I'll scoot the woodcutter camp over to the side and work on more of these outer trees, and then have a forester just constantly give them a new source of trees. So we'll see if that does what we want it to. Okay, good. That house is done. And this one is not done. I guess the market also needed planks anyway, so I'm gonna have to wait regardless. Well, that's no good. Oh, that just has to do with the tent. Currently we can still have the market selling berries, but it can only hold 10 until we get the tent done. So, his job while working there is to just run over and grab our berries, and then sell them to people who are on their breaks. That's not technically selling. I don't think we get any profit from it, but it just makes sure that people are happy and they stay in my little village. Okay, how are we doing on happiness? What? Nope, okay. Moving too fast. There we go. Water, rustic food. Yep, okay, both of those. And housing. So, all of their basic needs are met. We can figure out refined food, which I think, as normal, meat's going to be our first source of that. And then church service. Hey, another person. And we do have space in this house as soon as it's built. I guess we prioritize that one. Otherwise they're going to be unhappy. And then we'll prioritize the sawmill. Because the well's done. So at this point we have water, we have food. Anything else can wait. Although I guess technically that's all that's in the process of being built regardless, so... At least it knows that the house is going to get all the resources first. Great. We're now a village instead of just a little... whatever we were. Hamlet. And I'm a pioneer or a lord or a lady. I'll stick with pioneer for now. Nice gender neutral term. We have someone unemployed because we do not have any workspaces to assign them. So as soon as the sawmill's done, that newcomer is going to be a carpenter here in the sawmill. So 16 of 20. 20 of 20. So we've got all our resources. And we'll be able to assign our other person here as soon as the building's done. At that point, we can convert wood into planks. The wood's not being cut fast enough to supply the wood in regular buildings and planks. Okay, we're going to assign 2 more carpenters here, but then we need another house because those 2 people are technically houseless at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 16 people, so we need another house. We can expand into these trees, that's fine. Great, there's the space for that house there. Okay, our wood cutting... Oh, they have to walk way over there. Because that's the end of our territory, and I wanted to keep at least those berries there. So, I think we cut off this side here. And we cut trees all the way back. Still a little slow. We could probably move it right now if we wanted to. What would that take? Let's go ahead and move you over here. If we do, that just takes 1 tool, which we've got 35, and 1 coin. Okay. I think that's probably a good deal, because that way they're closer to the trees they're cutting. And then, while we're at it, we are going to go make a forester hut camp thing. And then they will constantly be reforesting that area. We're going to prioritize the building of that house. Yeah, okay, they got 4 of 11. And these guys are just hanging around because they've maxed out the space on the stone. Because everything takes logs, but not everything takes rocks. Okay. So I need to make a storage space, but in order to do so I need planks, and I don't have a lot of those. How many planks do I need? Let's find out. For a warehouse. 15 planks, 10 stone. So we still got a bit of time. Got lots of berries though. We're doing good there. Okay, yeah, they're definitely able to collect wood faster. And they don't have to walk as far. Makes sense. Okay, so going back to this, housing just can't be there. Okay, house is done. We're getting our 4 wood for the forester camp. And then at that point I'll have to paint the space that the forester is able to replant trees. And I think we'll just take basically straight across here. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. Oh, well, I still need a forester assigned. One of those newcomers. Then we can slow things down a little. Okay, woodcutter's full, sawmill's full, everywhere's full. But the stall's done. So now it can hold 30 berries instead of just 10 at a time. I have 18 people and... Okay, good. another house is in the process of being built. Let's prioritize that. Although, since there's no other buildings being built, that is going to be number one regardless. I just don't know if that stops the priority from logs being taken to the sawmill. Because that would be nice, at least as far as getting the house done. Well, we're about to have enough planks to make a warehouse, so that will help ease some burden, I think. Let's put the warehouse... Let's put it here. Okay. Okay, now the stone cutters are going to go back to work because we used some of that stone to make that building. And then I wanted to look at granary as well. 15 just plain old logs. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to expand these as soon as I have the option to. So I think maybe I'll put the granary on this side of that road. Waiting on a builder for that house, huh? Warehouse is nearly done. We'll assign our free person to be a transporter there. Okay, they've got the wood needed to make the house. And now they're just building it. This is done. We're going to assign stone so that they don't tap out again so quickly. Let's go ahead and put blanks here. And you know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and do another stone. And maybe some just plain old wood. Alright. Another person. It's 19. We need another house already. I'm just going to expand all the way out here. For now. I'm hoping sooner rather than later to be able to make them into medium density so that I don't have to keep just sprawling out just in the housing space alone. In order to do that, I need a watchtower or some kind of post. I forgot what it's called. Watch post. It comes with a village watchtower as an option, but that's the one. So, in order to get there, we need 25 labor splendor. I've only got the 3. And, it is locked behind prosperity and labor splendor. Prosperity just comes from territory, wealth, commerce, population, splendor, and beautification. And we'll assign our other person to be a transporter here in the granary once it's done. Is there any decor I can put on this one just to have? This one adds 3. A stable literally just for that one market stall. Sure. So right there. We'll just put it on the back, actually. And we'll apply that. What does it take to upgrade my lumber camp? Okay, it's here. It takes 10 prosperity to unlock this tier, and then it'll just take 50 coins to unlock that technology. That way I can have more people cutting at once. Because I think overall most of our wood is just immediately going to become planks. Which we need a little bit of both to make things work. Okay, we got a granary. Let's assign some berries here so that the berry people keep working. Because it can only hold 50. Let's do 2 piles of it. And that house is done, which is good because we just got somebody else who lives there now. And let's make that person a transporter. Now, the other thing to meet people's basic needs was refined food and then church service. So let's go with the hunter. Do I not have that yet? I gotta research it. Yep, right there. Okay. So we need a little bit more prosperity. We have 4 population, 1 splendor, and 2 territory. So we either just need more people showing up, we need to make things prettier, or we need to buy more stuff. But territories now cost money, where the first 2 were free. Yeah, I don't know that I have the money to spare at the moment, so we'll wait on that one. So anything I can build before then that I don't already have. Fisher's Hut, Rustic Church, Bridge. We can go with the church already, sure. Our population right now is 20. This house is 24 if I don't make it any taller. I'm gonna build it right. I want it centralized to where people are. So we'll just put it here in this housing area. Needs a room, a bell tower, and interior access. Make it a little taller so that instead of 24 it holds 30. That's going to be outgrown almost immediately. 36. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then maybe we add something on the side to add a little more space. Okay, space for 48 is, I think, a good starting point. And a humble gate right there. Put a little bit of, what's it called? Splendor on it. Just have some little gravestones here in the back. Just for fun. And we'll build that. Oh wait, no. We don't have a bell tower yet. And this does count, I forgot, as light fortification, which will help with expanding into medium density. Sure, that's good enough. Let's do it. We will need somebody to work as the priest there, but that's something. Wood for the elders. They are looking to repair a few bridges across the region. One of their merchants noticed my woodcutting camps and wants to make me an offer. In 15 days, if I can have 25 wood in storage, I can sell it for 40 coins. Yeah, we can try it. That's fine. We have someone else. And do they have a house? Yeah, okay. One's being built. But that takes wood, meaning that'll take away from what I have in storage, meaning that I still... Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to make that deal. Luckily, again, there's no negative consequences to failing those types of events. So, I'm happy with that. And we got a new person. They're going to be our priest. Gaudente. Gaudent? I don't know. Whatever your name is. Thanks for being my priest. Seems like all of the stone deposits are pretty close to where I chose. One here. One there. I guess it's not ridiculously close, but it's on the horizon. And then one right here. I think there was one on the island, so we'll see if that's necessary. Oh no, these are the two I was thinking of. This one and this one. And then there's the one way back there, but these three are pretty close. Okay, the main building and the door are done. Now we just need the decor here on the back and the bell tower. Currently, even though my employment rate is high, my happiness is only average, meaning that I'm only getting a couple of immigrants at a time. Makes it a little bit hard to build new buildings because I don't have any people to work in them. So I think it'll be a good thing to add church service because that's something that everybody needs to boost their happiness. Alright, 2 more people. Let's just immediately assign you as transporters in these jobs. That way you don't count as being unemployed towards my immigration factors. Churches of the Faith. Words of your village's first church have reached the clergy. They appreciate your dedication to the faith and thus hold you in higher regard. Oh, good. Okay, how are we doing on 9 prosperity? We need a little bit more splendor, population, commerce, beautification, whatever we can to pull us into this tier, which will allow us to do some butchering, which will boost happiness even more, because we'll have meat to sell to villagers. And then we could improve our storage or our lumber camp, or both, and start making polished stone via the stonemason hut. All right. Another house, because we got too many people to live in the space that we have, the limited space. We need labor splendor to hit this, which will allow us to get the watch post and do medium density housing. Labor splendor, we got 6. Clergy, we got 4. I think we're gonna have to do the meat and everything else before we can even consider getting the watch post, which I think we kind of figured anyway. Okay. So now I am just trying to get one more prosperity somewhere. Through commerce, population, splendor. So more people, more space, more beautification. More people. Let's see if that's enough to hit the threshold. Yep, there it is. So we now have tier 2 unlocked. I'm going to assign people here just so they don't count against me towards immigration stuff. And now in progression, we're going to start with butchering, which cost 50 coins to get me that. I think I do want to expand lumber camp immediately, and we'll work on storage after. I don't want to drop too low in my total listed there. Okay, now it talks about improving the lumber camps. I don't need a tutorial for that one. A mission, a quest. Okay, so first things, slowing everything down. We are going to get a hunter. Yep, the wood wasn't delivered because we never had enough. That's okay. Okay, that's all outside of my territory. I did not think about this one. There might have been boars here once, but with me doing my wood cutting, they're gone. So we're gonna have to buy some more territory in order to make that viable. Okay. Well, pay 100 for it, I guess. Yikes. Levy fund. Your treasury appears to be low these days. As leader of the village, you have the authority to collect funds from your villagers. However, contributions will be reluctant. I'd have to build a thing, discuss a levy. I will do that on my own. I know how to do that. That was part of both other tutorials. So, now that I've got the space, we're going to go back to the hunter's hut. And we will build them space right here, I suppose. And then our hunting space will be all this. And then I want a butchery nearby. Meeting the elders. The elders, the much respected leading men and women among the region's laborers, have heard of your village and wish to make themselves useful to your people. They brought welcoming gifts, mainly tools, to ease your villagers' lot, then pledged their assistance. Great, I'll take 10 tools. That's perfect. Okay. Speed up time. And while that's being worked on, well, I guess we slow it down again so that we can edit our lumber camp. This will add some labor splendor. Let's add a stewing post, which just adds space for more workers to be working at once. Sure. And a drinking post, space for another 2. We could start with that, I think. And then space for storage. I'm not going to worry about storage for now. Decor would be nice. Let's go with a woodsman tool rack. Yeah, okay. Always running low on just plain old wood, which is this should help solve. How are we doing on housing? Everyone's at 80% happiness. That's good. Wait, what do you mean? You just haven't been to your house recently, or do you not have a house at all? Going to rest at house, so you have one. There you go. How did that get built first? Probably doesn't take regular wood, probably just planks. Well, I don't have the workers to work at these anyway, so it's not like it needs to be done immediately. Oh, but I'm getting workers now. So it would be nice if the hunter's hut was just done. Because the butchers can't do anything until we have hunting done. Housing is now insufficient with our new amount of people. Man, that's frustrating. Okay. Is that enough space to make another house? Let's find out. Yep, okay. Right there. Okay. Got the materials. It's now just actually being built. We'll be able to get 2 hunters on it. Right there. And then I don't have people free to be butchers. I'm going to take 1 transporter out of the granary and assign them as butcher. And this has space for more woodcutters now, but I don't have the people to assign to it yet. I'm going to take 2 transporters out of the warehouse and add them here as woodcutters. So now we have 2 on both of these buildings. Alright. Very scenic view for our little village, though. Is this also considered stone that can be mined? Probably. It might be the one I was looking at in the first place. Nope, it's over here. Alright. Okay, we've got some boars. They're being butchered. So now I need to make a marketplace. I'll just edit this one. Throw on another food stall. And it will also be red to signify food and have a little sign. And we'll apply that. Now, unfortunately, I think that means we're going to need even more houses. We'll see. Still says housing is insufficient, meaning I think we need to expand even further if we can. Okay. Rapid growth is great until you don't have space for it. Okay, there's a walking path there, though. Cut. So that people can walk. Oh, I don't want to destroy the house. Don't. Because there's a path right... Hold on. Right there. Okay. As soon as this is done, we assign somebody to work there and sell meat. In the meantime, it's expanded further, so we'll add 2 more woodcutters. And now we have another person here selling meat. And then in storage, we will put space for, say, 1 pile of meat for now. I don't know that we're ever going to be working fast enough to make that any better. Okay, we've now hit the point that we can promote them to commoner, and we're already fully out of money. Okay, in order to tax people, we need to unlock the manor house, which costs 25 coins. I can't do any selling until I unlock trade routes. Oh, I could do some with Northbury and sell planks. That's a good way to get money. Could unlock this with our labor influence and sell them nothing. Currently, there's nothing there that we could do. Might as well unlock it just to get it started for now. Just to have, in case we do suddenly hit a point where we need to start selling fish or something, or buying coal or wood. Okay, we were considering selling planks with that, so we'll come in here, we're going to say planks, sell everything above the value of, let's say 45 for now. And happiness is now sitting at 98% on average. I have no money. I've got negative money until we get trade going. And I'm out of jobs. Well, when does trade happen? I'm not seeing any little symbols to show me that people are on their way at the moment. And now I need to expand housing even further. I mean, we could go out here as long as I'm avoiding the undesirability of that workspace. Okay. And we're doing pretty good on planks, so actually before people come to start trading, let's say we're going to sell planks down to a value of 60. Since I'm accumulating quite a bit. I don't even know if trade can happen before we get like a bailiff. But I assume it can. I don't know. Oh no, not 4 more. So now I have 5 people without jobs. And I think 2 more houses that need to be built. Oh boy. It's gonna go great as soon as I can start taxing them though, because I've got a good base to start with. One there. Is that it? Oh, and one out there. Okay. Well, at some point, when I'm able to make these medium density, maybe I can cut back on how far I've expanded out so that I can dense their housing into this space. The monastery definitely didn't have that issue because almost immediately when they showed up, I could put them in as people in the monastery and then just manually build their dorms myself. But not the case for these kind of citizens. A little campfire going. Nice. Okay. When does the trade happen, please? I need you to come buy my planks. Or get a different mission of that guy who wanted me to sell wood, because now I've got plenty on hand. Because I don't think I can build anything without coins. Building a bridge requires planks. Oh, just planks. Okay, so we could get down to the beach. If I did, there's fish here. $65 planks. Is there a better position to be less expensive, maybe? 85. 50. Let's go with 55. Yeah, okay. And even though it's already basically laid out as far as what we can see, it still takes 55 planks, so we'll work on that. Get us a fisherman, although I think the hut costs money. And also, I don't even know that I have it. No, I've got it unlocked. Fisherman's hut, 10 coins, 20 wood. Okay, we got trading coming through. That's good. Hello? There we go. Wait. Okay. It wouldn't let me scroll the map a little bit. Okay. Promoting villagers. Your hardworking serfs believe they are due for a promotion. Once all their needs have been fully fulfilled, the villager can rise to higher status. I know how to do that. I'll deal with it later. This is Middle, who is going to buy some of our planks. No? Why are you not buying our planks? That's interesting. Oh, maybe Middle doesn't do planks. I thought that said it did. Trotbury. Oh, Northbury. I see. I don't think I have those trade routes unlocked. Oh no, I've got Northbury. They had the planks. Middle we don't have. Okay, but Trotbury we do, and there was nothing for them to buy or sell. Why would you not? Is it just they won't always take them? They just sometimes do? Well, we still gotta wait a little while, I guess. Well, let's do some fast forwarding. I was curious to look at our book. So in our budget, we spent an okay, like a decent amount on construction. We did buy new territory for 100. But as far as income, we don't currently have anything bringing us money. Big fat goose egg. So we need to trade. I think I'm going to turn off immigration for now. There's no reason for me to continue bringing people in when our unemployment rate's so high, and when we can't build anything for them to work in. So I'm going to leave that drop down. No, I guess I don't have to because I can see that it says disabled. I was like, otherwise I'm going to forget, because normally that would be the case. But I've got a big red thing letting me know, and I check that pretty often. Okay, merchant is coming. They're going to give us some kind of mission, which hopefully will give us the money we need to actually buy stuff. So then I can put a fisherman's hut down here. I can build something else. At least buy upgrades in the progression menu at that point. Alright, what do you got for me? The elders are looking to repair a few bridges again. One of their merchants noticed our woodcutting camps. We can sell 50 for 75 coins. Yeah, okay. Done. Okay. Now before that money goes away. This allows for a tax office, I believe. Yes. It is our first priority now. So, Great Hall. Is that what that was called? Manor House. Great Hall is a subset of that. Yep, okay. They're talking about coins and tax office. Yep, we're working on it. Okay. So, this is called a manor house. And we're going to start with the tax office. Now, if I can put it in the middle of these houses as a tower, it counts as medium, not, what's it called? What will give us medium density housing. It's called light fortification, I think. So if I can kind of center it among more of these houses, make it taller. Okay, that is a little intense for a tax office. We just won't get all of them, and that's okay. How can I get the most? Okay, here I've got 5 and 6. Let's go with that. Are we right in the middle of a walking path, though? Yeah, we are. It's fine. Okay, we got 6. And we'll put the door here, I guess. Right in your backyard. Sorry, little house. And that's all that's needed for this one. But we can add some splendor to it by putting a little weather vane on top. Start with that. We have a tax collector now. And does that mean we can then immediately do taxes, or do we have to... Is it not going to work until we actually have the building built? I don't know. Budget? There is a page for taxes generally, so that's not in there yet. So, speed up. Okay. It's just telling me those were options that I could add to. No reason to, but same here. You could add this if you want. Here's the thing. I wouldn't be against adding it, but it really only clicks on in a way that makes sense on the very edges. Like, you can't put it on angled here. So I don't want it. Got 19 coins on me. Is there anything in progression? To get the watch post, I still need some more labor splendor. And then 50 coins for each of these. Okay, well. Alright. Okay, we got the door. And housing is insufficient again. When did that happen? We'll hold off. That person can be upset for just a minute, and hopefully we'll make things work out. Okay, 2 tax collectors, because the building's big enough to hold 2, I guess. And the building's done. So, in the book, we have a taxation menu. We are going to tax people up until the end of their green happiness levels. So we're now getting 130 per month, because each of my 41 serfs is giving me up to 6 coins. First tax office. It now stands in the village, promising order and prosperity. Though some villagers might grumble, they know their coins are paving the way to a brighter, safer future for all. And advice on progressing with the estates. Your village has caught the interest of the estates with the estates of the realm. They anticipate splendid monuments which will undoubtedly define the future of your people. Who will you oblige first? The kingdom, the clergy, or the laborers? Each of these, I think, is just a little tutorial to hit the second tier of each of the things. I'll just continue on my own, because I don't get anything as a bonus. It's just a little, like, menu for me to kind of check my progress, but I know what I'm doing, so I'm okay with that. Okay, manor house is done. We're getting taxes every month. We're selling planks to this guy, if he'll take it this time. There we go. So now that we've got at least some source of income, let's go with the fisherman. The fisher's hut. Right there. They'll have to row out here and get those fish. We'll see if they're upset about the distance between their workplace and a house, but we'll find out. Earning influence. An isolated community of fishermen is looking for a kind-hearted builder. They need help constructing a bridge to connect their village to the rest of the realm. They don't have much to offer, but they promise to spread the word about your generosity amongst the laborers. I have a builder, which will give them a 90% chance to just approve and we'll be done. I could try to hire somebody, but that takes 50 coins, which I don't have, so that's our only option. We'll try it. Did my builder do it well? He sure did. Gave some blueprints, and so we get 10 labor influence. Yes, I know housing is currently insufficient. We're working on it. In order to solve that issue, I don't want to expand outward, so I have to do this. So I'm going to need 10 more labor splendor, and then spend 5 of my labor influence to unlock this. So, for more labor splendor, this is considered a labor building. Let's take 3 on a roofed stable. But if we connect it like that, it would destroy that house, so we'll just pull it up here, and that's great. So that's 3. I need 7 more. But a simple passageway. There's kind of no reason for that other than to just have it. I don't like how it looks, though. Can we put a weather vane on the... Yeah, okay, no. Just gonna try to put it on the stable. Could go with a stable fence, just connected to the stable. Sure, that's fine. Okay, that's gonna give us an extra 5, so we need 10 more. I think that's all we're gonna do there. Maybe we can do some more over here with the market or something. Okay, we've got this. We can assign a fisherman. We can put a little woodshed by this one. And let's add a stable fence here to this stable. So that's going to be 2 for the fence, 1 for the woodshed, so we need 2 more somewhere. We could just put a stable fence here for fun. That'll do it. As soon as those are built, we have the ability to unlock that thing. Okay. Influencing others, the fishermen are thankful for the blueprint, as a bridge will help bring their community to the forefront. As thanks, they would like to trade a fair number of fish for some of your stones. 50 fish, and I just give them 25 of my stones. Or they could just give me the fish. No, yeah, I'll trade the stones. That's great. Because I have plenty on hand. And now we have 50 fish. In the granary, let's add space for fish. Okay. Profiting from taxation. It seems your treasury's been low on coins. Some of the villages suggest temporarily increasing taxes until the treasury improves. I'll just deal with that myself, because I already knew that. Now, I could cause a temporary boost of unhappiness by levying a tax, but I think I need a bailiff for that. Okay, loaning tools. A wealthy benefactor learned of your village's recent struggles, because we have 0 tools at the moment, with tools and coins. They've graciously offered to lend you the necessary tools to help your community flourish. However, they will eventually expect repayment. So, I just get 25 tools, and then eventually, there's no time limit on it, I will pay them 200 coins. Sure. Thank you for the 25 tools. Buying resources. You ran out of tools. Oh, that must have been tied to that. They are necessary for most construction efforts. We could buy them, but we'd have to get a blacksmith to make our own. I think eventually, but I don't have the coins to buy them at the moment. I will continue on my own for now. As soon as this one's done, we'll be there, I think. Yes, okay. We're gonna unlock Watch Post. Oh, that's right. It's a sub-building of the manor house. Watch Post. And I think we'll do another tower so that we can get space over more of these to be considered lightly fortified. Out here, there's only this one that's not right now. That's unfortunate. And then we got all these over here. So I think maybe we get 5 by doing this. Right there. Okay. And we add the door on this side. So I'm not in the road with it. And that's all we need. Once we have people working in it, all of these are going to be considered for patrolling. Hopefully we can get all of them. Actually, I think I want to get rid of those 2 houses eventually. Okay. So patrolling is already happening with the 1 person, but as soon as the building's actually built, we have space for 6 more. And then for any one of these houses, like this one that is lightly fortified, as soon as it has a full ring of patrol coverage, it immediately gets turned into medium density housing, which instead of holding 2 people, it holds 6. Which will be nice to have. And I think I can go ahead and enable immigration again. So now I actually will have housing space for everybody, so please and thank you. Start visiting my place, please. Oh, I guess I only have 3 people who are available right now until I get more immigrants, so let's actually cut off the ends of this so that they are more efficient at their patrolling routes. As soon as I get more people, I'll expand it further. everyone except for those two houses. And the way that I'm going to remind myself that that's the case is I'm just going to say, don't do these ones. Hopefully that's enough to remind me. Okay, I think I can start selling fish. Resources. Let's sell everything past, I don't know, 60? Okay. How are we doing? This one's pretty close. I imagine on the next patrol, they'll probably get that one done. Maybe. Oh, so close. Are they gonna do it again? Perfect. Right now it's gonna be done. Perfect. Alright, so that now has space for a total of 6 people. So now all my people have housing currently. Yep, no notifications of people saying they can't find houses. That one's also upgrading. And that one. Okay, so hypothetically, for 43 people, multiply that by 6. Well, divide it by 6, I guess, technically. That's roughly 7 or 8 houses? Yeah. 8 or 9, maybe. Somewhere around there. So as soon as we have that many medium density, we're good as far as our current housing needs, and then every other house could theoretically be destroyed. I'm not gonna do that because I want space for further expansion. So I think all I'm going to do is add a couple more patrollers and expand this out to get these other houses. And I think we destroyed these ones. Because I've got the space for those people to find new homes. So now we got quite a few that are considered medium density. Doing great there. Okay, what else did we unlock here? Just walls that could be considered light fortification. I'm not going to deal with walls at the moment. I mean, that may be good to patch up just these few houses that are not considered lightly fortified. Let's look at fortification. There's one there. One here. I guess let's try it, because I don't think I ever did it before. By using walls, I've only ever used towers. So, if we build a little fence around your little wall, around your house. And then we put a little gatehouse. And then we continue the wall on this side. That is considered fortified. Okay. Sure. Then it just needs patrols. Okay. Do I have anywhere to send those guys? Let's find out. I'm gonna go into our list here and go to buildings. Everything is fully stocked, so we need to start building new buildings. Are there any that I wanted to build that I had, like, I have unlocked? No. Okay, gonna go to the progression menu. Unlock a labor privilege and an edict slot. And a stonemason hut. Let's start with that. Edicts and privileges. Yeah, I'll just take care of that myself. In my progression, nope, in my royal book, there's this list of edicts and privileges. Trade quantity bonus with price going down. More stonework but less food production. Or upkeep of production building parts are decreased. I'm gonna say let's start with refunding half of the tools I use when building things, because I'm still low on tools. And then here I want... What kind of bonus do I want with labor estates? Let's start by getting influence every time we trade with somebody from the labor estate. Right now that is Northbury and Trotbury, both of which I have trade routes with. So every time I trade with either of them, I'm going to get more labor influence, which I spend to unlock things in this tier. I think we want a bailiff office. And we need a tavern if we want to promote people. I don't know how much promoting we're going to need to be doing in this scenario. Probably quite a bit, because a lot of these buildings will require, for efficiency's sake, more promotions. So, let's go ahead and unlock the tavern. Because as I promote people, they need entertainment in the tavern. And then over here, I think next I'm going to want to unlock tooling. Well, probably storage improvement first, but I need to have enough money on hand to be comfortable doing so. Okay, now that I did those, I can get rid of that and that. And that. Oh. Nope, I'm not destroying that house. Leave it alone. Crazy how wide that house space is, but you know. Okay. Now, are you not getting any patrol? That's interesting to me. I guess we'll expand it out just a little. There we go. Wood for the elders. We could sell them 100, which is what I currently just have in storage for 150 coins, or I don't have great enough influence to really haggle. So let's just go ahead and do that. Get 100 coins from the deal. And now I will spend 50 coins to improve my storage space. So in my warehouse, I am going to add on little depot for additional storage. And another one, if we can make it work without too much red basically inaccessible space. I don't want it to be in the middle of the pathway. Well, I guess we'll just have to expand over on this side of this path. Or we could go behind, but then I'm covering berry bushes. Yeah, this will just have to be the case, and that's great. Okay, apply that. And then for the granary, we'll do the same thing. Add an extra little granary depot. Put it right here. And another one right beside it. Or as a part of it, I guess. Okay, done. Now, let's go ahead and do more stone, because currently I don't have anybody working on stone, because we've maxed out all our storage space for it. Let's put more wood as well. And then I'm going to hold off for now until I get more stuff and see what I'm lacking storage for. I've never made the stone cutter, the stonemason hut, which is a problem. Okay, this would be fine to go here. What does it take to upgrade stonemason? It's way down here. Okay, we'll get there. I've got the money to unlock tooling, so let's go ahead and start that. Improving trade with Trotbury. We've done enough trading that we can now upgrade the trade route if we need to. Okay. Great. And then here, I guess we put more fish. And we'll start with that. Okay. Oh, and we're going to be out of cloth here. Hopefully the next thing I build doesn't require cloth. Charcoal hut does not, but an iron mining will. Well, and I don't know that I have the trees to really do charcoal cutting there. So we have to go out here maybe. But the end of my territory is right there, so I don't have enough trees to make that happen right now. I have to buy some more territory to make that happen. Alright, we got a stonemason. I think regardless, I'm going to want my woodcutters in a different place than my charcoal burners. So we'll have to expand over in that direction. Welcome in, Zarya. Oh, you know, not much. Just building a little village that eventually is going to be a military stronghold, I guess. How are you doing? Good. Okay. So if I do cut down trees, I don't want it to be in this area. It's got to be over here. And of course, this area of trees is split into 3 different territories. Maybe we start with this one. Thanks, appreciate it. Do I spend that 100 right now? Because if I do charcoal right now, I don't know that it's really worth... Like, that's all I do. Because I need cloth. So I need to start buying cloth. But I need to have more money on hand. Well... we're now a town. Hey, thanks for the follow. I do play other games, not a ton of Minecraft. I played once on stream. I enjoy it, but I don't know that my particular playstyle is all that interesting to watch. So, currently I'm playing on other days. What am I doing? Fridays I've been playing Peak with a friend, and on Wednesdays I have been playing through Portal and Portal 2. Hey, welcome in, Math3. Nice to see you. Yeah, I believe it. It's a good game. So Wednesdays, I was playing Portal, then Portal 2, and then I just barely changed to a different game, and it was Baldur's Gate 3. So I also really enjoy that game, and it's got plenty of content for people to be entertained by. Yes, I do enjoy Foundation. I actually just barely, essentially, started it for streaming. I had played like 30 minutes of tutorial before that, but I enjoy it. It's a nice chill game that I can chat and hang out with and not feel like I'm falling too far behind on stuff. Yeah, I do like Baldur's Gate. Alright, we've got plenty of food in the granary, so we're going to get a little happiness bonus. Good for us. Next, we are looking... Nice. Yeah, what I like about the game is it's highly customizable. I enjoy village builders. I've played plenty of... I mean, I wouldn't say plenty. I played a lot of Settlers 4, specifically, growing up. I had played, I think, Settlers 1 on my dad's really old, like, Amiga computer or something, and it was fine. Settlers 4 was a little bit better and more engaging. What I like about this is you have a whole lot of customizability. I haven't played Age of Mythology, but I think I might own it on Steam. I don't know. I'll have to look. Let me see. Because I can check my library right here. No, I don't have Age of Mythology. I have a game called Age of Wonders 3, and I have no idea if it's anything at all similar. But at least what I like about Foundation is there's a lot of customizability and, like, you can combine buildings in ways that most games like this don't allow for, just so that you can make it more compact, make it closer, and it's very modal, I think is the term. Outside of that, it's just a fun setting. The music's chill. The sound effects, sound design is just really nice. Alright, yeah, I'll have to check it out. Okay, so from here, let's see. If I had the choice, would I prefer the ability to place my own paths, or do I enjoy the procedural stuff? I think it depends on the game. I think that is a good question. There are times where I feel like it can frustrate me. I know that I have seen commentary on this game that they are like, hey, you better make sure that you plan out your uh, areas in such a way that you decide where paths are going so that they're more efficient. Otherwise, the villagers will maybe pick an inefficient path. And I don't know that I am so locked in that I care all that much. Sometimes it's nice to be able to organize for myself and kind of know what paths are going to be taken, but for the most part, I don't mind. I guess I'm more casual in that particular aspect. I think especially on stream. Um, so yeah, I would say I don't care too much about making my own paths in this particular game setting, but depending on what the how the game works out otherwise, making my own paths can be important. For example, I played a decent amount of Roller Coaster Tycoon, and man, the AI on those characters is terrible if they have a lot of free space to be able to walk. So it is nice to be able to design my own paths so that they'll actually follow and go in a way that's efficient and helpful and they don't get stuck or lost. I have played some Age of Empires. Um, uh, I also grew up playing a lot of a game called Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which is essentially just Age of Empires reskinned in Star Wars, and I grew up playing that for hours. Um, I tried playing it on stream, but it is a little bit too involved for me to be, I think, helpful as a streamer, like in a way that's entertaining, rather than me just kind of locking in and shutting up, trying to do well in playing it. Uh, okay, Math 3, as far as combining the two, you can place paths and villagers will prioritize it, but if there's not one, they'll forge their own. I think that's a solid choice. That way, you can kind of have it both ways, where you'll, I think, bring in both types of gamers, ones who don't care about paths and ones who really want to like prioritize and kind of min-max essentially their process. I feel like that's a solid choice. Yeah, highly recommend it. It's really good. Not only was it good back when it first came out, there is still an active community that is making additional content for the game. So they're adding on more and more civilizations, more types of units. If you're at all a Star Wars fan, I think it's a really great option. Otherwise, I mean, Age of Empires is just a nice... I mean, it's the classic. That's what a lot of people enjoy. That's what a lot of people know. And, I mean, the flavor of this medieval time period is always just so fun. Really enjoyable. Okay. Got some polished stones, but not particularly fast. We're doing okay on income, but not great. Tooling. We need cloth. I think that is a doable thing with the space that we have. So let's go with a sheep farm. And it can't be within the range of any houses. Character inspired from games and anime. Sure, I do have some socials that I could send you as far as like things that you can communicate with me on, and I'm happy to take a look. I think that's really cool. I'm warning you right now, I know that a lot of artists generally will jump onto streams in hopes of like getting clients. and I do not have any sort of funds or ability to, like, pay for any or, buy any of your art, but I'm happy to look at it and compliment it. I think artists are real neat and absolutely needed in today's world. So, yeah, feel free to shoot me something on one of my socials. Sounds good to me. Okay, hold on. I did just want to take a look over here. Mathery, if you're still with us, just out of curiosity, what kind of like theme is your game gonna be? Is it also kind of a medieval setting? Or are you going like in a completely different direction? I'm always interested to hear and stuff like that. Okay, after making the sheep farm, we are going to need a... Is it a weaver's hut? Yeah. Make cloth for wool. I think it can work well. Just right over here. And then after that, I mean, at the very least, we need cloth for some of these building projects. Eventually, we're going to need common clothing, but I think we can hold off until I start promoting people. Okay, couple shepherds. Man, I forget how much space a sheep field takes. Okay, that's considered adequately sized. Good. And we're out of tools again. Okay, well, let's put space in here for tools, and we can buy some. We just don't have the money. Tools. Buy, let's say up until a limit of 15. I did say buy, not sell, right? Yeah, okay. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 17 medium density houses. So we're good for a while, I think. I have so many people unemployed that nobody's even gonna keep showing up. Just need tools. Build anything else that will not require tools? Charcoal hut takes tools. Everything costs tools. Other than, I guess, another forester camp, but I don't need that. I mean, I suppose it can't hurt for the eventual use of charcoal. Okay, good. I did get some tools. To maybe just plant a bunch of forest here to be cut down by my charcoal huts that I can't yet build. And that's something for someone to go work at. Oh, I could just build a tavern already. But I imagine it takes tools. Yep. Well, never mind. Great, we got a weaver hut. As soon as they get their wool, they'll be able to start weaving cloth. And from there... I don't know. So the sawmill's not working fast enough. I could get another sawmill, but I don't ever want it to outpace the wood that I have, since it's often used for trades and things. And I imagine it takes tools. No tools for sawmill. Great, that'll give us some more space for workers to do stuff. I'll put it here. 3 more people I can assign to work there as soon as it's done. Okay, forester there. You are specifically going to reforest this area, because sheep are fine. Wait, hello? What do you mean you can't go over there? Maybe you can't do the meadow. Okay, well that's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. I'm gonna say you can reforest this area. And we'll have the maybe charcoal burners cut that strip once we've got it built. Because as far as hunting goes, they're out here, hunting's going on in this area of the forest. Okay. Sawmill. 3 carpenters there. Got 5 people without jobs. And not a ton of coins on hand. But we are able to buy tools, so we can go ahead and build things that might take tools. I'll wait a little bit on clothing, because it's nice to have cloth on hand. Let's go with the charcoal hut. Put it right here. But yeah. And then we're going to overlay wood cutting on top of that. So once the woodcutters are actually built and assigned to work, that's where they're going to go. Alright, what do we got here? Wood for the elders. Okay, they're going to ask for wood again for their bridges, which we do have on hand. I could possibly make the deal better and get more money out of it. Let's try it. We're gonna haggle. 80% chance for it to go well. We did it. So now we get twice as much money. 300 coins is pretty good. And we will go ahead and confirm that deal. Okay. And now that we have money, is it worth doing any of these at the moment? No. I think the first thing is we want to expand our territory. And now that we're doing trees here, I guess we go with this. Now that we've got that land and we have a bailiff office, I need to make a bailiff office. So that's part of a manor house. Bailiff office. Is there a house that's not currently just this one? Okay, we'll put the bailiff here then, I guess. Are there any other houses? No, those are all covered. I'll just put a little door on it. Change the roof color, why not? Bailiff's gonna be a yellow roof. Okay, a couple more people. We're gonna have 3 charcoal burners to cut down that length of trees. Now we've got some cloth. We are going to have some storage here for it. And what else? More stone, I guess. Well, let's do polished stone. Yeah, start with that. Okay, as far as buildings in total, we'll need to assign a bailiff as soon as the building's done, but otherwise everything is fully staffed. As soon as I actually have a bailiff, I can start having them go out and prospect for stuff here, or to improve any trade routes that we've got. But until then, we gotta wait on that front. What else is there that I wanted to build? Let's see. Could do a treasury to expand the amount of space I have as far as money. Let's go ahead and start with the castle, because I've got the money to unlock that. And that'll start getting me, hopefully, kingdom influence. So, castle. That is literally one of the first things that we got a goal to do, so we better start it. Okay. Castle keep. Start with that. Building a castle. Yep, we're working on it. Castle keep and barracks. Okay. All sorts of options here. Okay, well, let's start out with wooden keep. Man, this is going to be big, isn't it? Okay, well, maybe we go out here. My territory goes to this point. Okay. At base level, it holds 10 people. We'll take it here and have it hold 14. Okay, for a castle keep, we need a keep, which we have. We need training. And a door. What's considered training? Archer target and simple straw dummy. Okay, sure. Right here's great. We're gonna have our people trained safely with arrows going in that direction, while our swords people are going to be training on that dummy there. Each takes planks and tools and increases upkeep costs, so I shouldn't do really any more than that. And we need a door. All sorts of customization for this door, though. Let's go with that. Path's right there. That's great. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, while we're waiting on that, we've got more people showing up. How are we doing on hunting? Good. They're not getting anywhere near the boars, which is good. Okay. Oh, and bailiff's done. Trade price bonus with everybody. Job learning speed increased by 10%. Where happiness is less impacted by 10%. Job learning speed can be good in some situations. Trade price bonus is pretty good to consistently have. But that's just kind of a permanent 10%, where this one, job learning speed. Let's just go with trade price bonus. We have a bailiff. Okay, now with our bailiff, we should have the ability to do bailiff things. Should be an extra little menu up here, but maybe not. Well, I guess we'll wait until we get that notification. Maybe I can't do it until we actually have a Great Hall type situation. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Army. We have our keep done. I don't really know what that menu entails. That's new to this scenario. I guess it's not fully done. Still need a door. We have no soldiers, nobody's training, because they can't even get in the building yet. Okay, we're getting some coal. Let's create a storage space here for it. Okay, we're now done. We can add a company. We just got an achievement for forming a company called Marching On. We will add all of my 5 unemployed people in as guardsmen. Company drafted. Forward march. The clamor of military exercises echoes throughout the village. These might not be the most pleasant sounds, but they are a good reminder that your people are safe. 10% happiness bonus to my people. A noble duty. The king has noticed your castle and wants to be sure that you, his loyal vassal, have everything you need to host an army. Once armed and trained, the king expects your combatants to contribute to the peace of the realm. So we're going to get 50 spears. Weapons, I guess. That makes sense. Okay. Wow, good job punching that target. You guys are amazing. That's how we train. That's so funny. Okay. Oh, room for one more? Sure. Okay. Advice. Preparing a military company. While your combatants are most grateful for the keep, they believe they lack the preparation for actual warfare. They would appreciate it if you could provide them with decent weapons and let them help village folks. Okay. Assign spear to the armory. I don't have an armory as part of it. I am going to add that as a mission because I'm not familiar with that whole process. Add a sub-building. Armory. Put it over on this side. Alright, now we've just hit 3 hours, so I think on that note, I'm going to slow the game down. We're going to save it where we're at. And, yeah, I'll just save the name of the town. Alright. Well, thanks very much for joining me today. I'm thoroughly still enjoying Foundation, so I hope you can join me next week if you want to continue this particular scenario. If you're not really vibing with Foundation, I understand, that's okay. Like I said earlier, I'm also playing Baldur's Gate 3 on Wednesdays and playing Peak with a friend on Fridays, so feel free to join me for either of those as well. And yeah, that said, I will go ahead and call it here. I'm going to move into my, ending screen, but go ahead and send you guys on to do some kind of, raid somewhere. So, we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.